What it do, guys? It's your boy, the Juice, and my name is Troy Bradshaw. As you all know, I go by the Juice. Had to come back out here today. I'll be here all rest of the weekend. I won't be out here as long as I usually do because I am going to be on a panel today with Patriot Pride. So I'll let you guys know along the way and remind you guys to come tune in on the panel with Patriot Pride. Um, I think it's just going to be a panel where we have pretty much an open discussion and whatever else comes to light, I suppose. Um, I really showed up today mainly because after these rocks were placed right here, after this happened, it made me just want to be here a little bit more, not to really necessarily protect the place, more so um, just to kind of be more observant of what's happening around me in the neighborhood. Yesterday we had a neighbor pass by, like I brought to you guys' attention, and the neighbor was one of those neighbors that always say hi, and now all of a sudden, it seems like he might have a little issue with me being here. Not only that, yesterday he passed by and he had headphones on, but he was listening to music through the phone, which I found quite interesting, although it didn't bother me. Not only that, we can delete the sound in the background on these very great mics, thanks to Nancy. But he kind of walked by and he had the phone out walking by, which was real interesting to me. But it's all right, I get it. But I came today to remind everybody that our presence, my presence, your presence, us as a whole, it speaks volumes. And we're going to continue to stand our ground out here, continue to push public awareness, community awareness, stream awareness, wherever, whatever brings awareness to this case. That's where we want to be in regards to, the fact that we don't want this case to fade in any way. So the more we can keep it alive, the better. I'm the only one really here amongst the folks that do actually come out here to Nancy's house. I'm the only one that's here right now. The guys have went out to Vegas. They haven't got there yet from the last time I checked. So they're going down there for Crime Con, Criminal Network, South Him, JLR, South JLR, Ted, and then I think DZL's going down there. And then we got 857 going out to, I think, San Diego or something like that. So everybody's left me. I'm here for the most part all alone. We still got some folks, boots on the ground. Shout to AJ W. And then I think Voices for the Missing also went out. I know Righteous Monkey doing his thing as well. All the folks involved here. Sleuth Intuition, just an hour away down the road. Shouts to him. He's I think he just went live earlier. And and obviously the guys in the interview room and whatnot. Not too many people really talking about the case. Daphne Files, trying to think of all the folks that I've watched just recently that have been supporting the case. And then I know Monk Intrigue just did a video not too long ago. There's a couple other people out there, can't remember them all. Big welcomes, though, I wanted to say to those of you guys tuning in. Good to see you guys all. I was worried if anybody's today. It just feels like a lot of people haven't really been too in tune to the Nancy Guthrie case. I don't know why I got that feeling, but I guess I could be wrong, and we'll see how things go out here today. But we continue to demand answers, guys. We continue to come out here. Like I said, this week is one of those weeks where I'll just be out here this whole week, But moving forward, we'll go back to probably the 3 to 4 days coming out here to Nancy's because I feel like I've been here a little too much this week. But then again, I don't because of what happened here. I'm starting to get a little curious, not to throw anybody in the neighborhood under the bus, but I am starting to get a little curious about that house up there, guys. And I wanted to talk a little bit about that today as far as the Bobcat and those marks we see in the middle of the street there. And we lost light yesterday, so I want to kind of roam around this area just a little bit just to see if we see any tire marks, although I know there's probably been many cars that have traveled through here, but you never know what we might still see. Shouts to Juanita That's one of the people I got to remember too, coming by and showing me, you know, what probably took place right here and how the rocks got here for the most part. So I wanted to show you guys something. I know I pointed it out yesterday, but I think that house up there, they got so many cameras. The camera, and I mentioned this before, I don't know if you guys remember, but the camera on the top of that house can see down here. I'm kind of wondering what that neighbor said when the FBI went door to door and they asked for people's footage, because that camera, I think that camera can see down here from the one on top. So we got to look at that. I'm not going to try to go too crazy because I don't want to, make them suspicious in any type of way. But that house may have got this particular area. Not saying that it would have seen any movement at night, but most of these cameras have night vision on them. Not only that, I know Criminal Network has knocked over there maybe once or twice. I don't know. I think it was at least one time. And from what I remember, the person got on the camera intercom right away. So they're really watching that house. Whoever lives at that house really, really guards and watches their house. Somebody brought something to my attention too, and they said that, maybe Nancy's up there under some rocks since they're building a pool. I don't think so, but you never know. DGL's got a lot of footage on that house. It's got a lot of drone footage, in this particular area here. So maybe I'll revisit some of DGL's drone footage just to check it out and just to see really what's all back there. I don't recall them being very far into building a pool back there. I think it's just the beginning process. So I don't really think it's like a big hole back there or anything like that. So I don't know, but that camera, I want to see if that camera can see from here. I remember last time we looked and I could see the camera from down here. I just want to see if that camera is facing down here. And I would like to know if that particular person paid for their subscription, but we would just never know, I guess. I mean, here we are. It's 118 days, guys, and still no answers at all whatsoever, it seems like. So the FBI has been doing a pretty good job keeping this thing under the radar and not giving out too much information, which kind of makes me more hopeful because I've heard that when the FBI is quiet, it's really good. So we'll see. Wanted to go over here as we usually do before we get into talking and whatnot. We'll go over here and say a prayer. Might even take a couple calls while I'm out here. And yeah, man, I think that'll be it for the most part here. I had a couple things I, of course, as usual, wanted to bring to you guys' attention among some of the people that are still commenting on this case. So we'll do the prayer first, and then we'll dive into what we're really here for today. Not too active out here either, guys. It seems like there's been too much traffic since I've got here. I hope I don't have to use the bathroom because I kind of feel like I might have to go in a little bit. So I'm hoping not, and I hope I make it until the time I get out of here. But not too much traffic so far. I mean, since we've been live, I don't think a single car has passed by. When I did get here, I was just getting out and Sue Ellen was coming down. So we had to hurry up. And my girl was leaving, and I was like, you know what, turn around and see if she follows you. And she thought she was. It kind of seemed like she was. She wasn't too sure. But that's pretty much all I've seen traffic-wise out here since we got here. Big welcomes, those of y'all tuning in, by the way. Army, good to see you, by the way. It looks like Janice in here. I had to say hello to those of you guys tuning in here. Manita Mata, if I said that right. Lily Haley, big welcomes here. Good to see you, Lisa. Strawberry in the building. Man, so many folks tuning in so far here. Lori, welcome. Janet, welcome. Baxter, good to see you, Baxter. Big wig welcomes y'all. Deborah, welcome. Julie, looks like royalty back in here. Shouts to all the members, of course, tuning in here tonight. Jammer, looks like Monica in here as well. My mic good? We're all good. Michelle, big welcomes. Layla, good to see you. Lily, Holly. I like to say hello to the folks in the chat here. Deborah says hello. Just hello, Deborah. How you doing? Layla, big welcomes. Lisa, Tessie, it looks like Carolina. Investigate E2Q. Good to see you guys all. Looks like Cutie Tessie. Brenda Walsh, Sassy Rocky. Good seeing you guys. Go back and watch JLR's live. Somebody says. I think they're on the way. I don't know if they're still en route to Las Vegas, but that's where they're going. Hopefully the fellas have a good time too. Inner Strengths, good seeing you, by the way. Carolina, welcome, guys. Welcome all. Appreciate you guys all tuning back in with me here outside. Nancy's here. Looks like Nana back in here. Big welcomes, Nana. Good to see you back. And Denise, Sweet Opinions, I see you in the building as well. Big welcomes, guys. Lexi, Texie, big welcomes. So many people so far tuned in here. Good to see you guys. Trying to pull something up just real quick here. Bear with me, folks. I was thinking about taking a little walk through the neighborhood, but I guess I won't do that today. Hey, Clippy, thanks for the jewels, by the way. I appreciate the jewels. Don Hyde, truly appreciate the jewels there. Much love, guys. To stay hydrated. Much love, much love. Jen Hall, good to see you. Me Blondie, good to see you. Wait to see if we have a couple more folks chime in before we get going here. Shouts to those you guys thumbing up the video as well as subscribing if you haven't, if you're just subscribing. You know what's crazy is I think we're gonna reach 8,000 subscribers. Shouts to all you guys. I mean, couldn't have got there without you guys. I think we actually officially have reached 1,800 thanks to all y'all. Wow, that's crazy. Sheesh, insane. We literally just hit 18,000. Wow. Thank you guys for being a part of this moment with me. That's insane. It went a long way. Crazy. I'm going to get over here and we'll start it off with a prayer in just a moment here. Good evening, Candy. Big welcomes. Shouts to those tuning in last night, by the way. We took some pretty decent phone calls last night. Wasn't a bad night. You know, I'm always up super late, so it wasn't a bad night at all. It was actually a really, really good night. Up super late, so we might get active with some phone calls tonight. Actually, we won't because we'll be live with Patriot Pride. I forgot. Don't let me forget. Don't let me forget. Finding Nancy is what it's all about, guys. Justice for the family is what it's all about. You know, we haven't got enough info to feel confident about this case, but I think in time we'll get there. It's crazy. Somebody picking somebody this vulnerable, this age. It makes no sense. You know, limited mobility, a lot of medications like vital heart meds, blood pressure, chronic pain. Man, we don't know what Nancy was really on. Like I said, they haven't really gave the community enough information to put this community at ease at all. And I wish they would. I mean, I feel like without hurting the case, they could give us enough information, you know, to put the community at some type of ease. Shouts those with all the jewels, guys. I appreciate all the jewels there. Rhonda, big welcomes, Rhonda. She says, good evening to Juice. Congratulations on reaching your goal. Many more goals you will reach. Much love, Rhonda. I appreciate that. Thank you for all your love and support, Rhonda. Anytime, Rochelle. Yeah, we won't stop. Like I said, I always say, you know, ain't no stop in my heart. We will continue on. We're going to continue fighting this wave. We're going to continue fighting for Nancy. We won't stop. No stop in my heart at all. Bring Nancy home. Mindy says, enough is enough. I couldn't agree more. Weird things been going on, guys. Still weird things going on. I still can't believe they took Lauren's sign And then it's still interesting seeing these rocks here. I'm wondering how long the HOA is going to wait before they come out here and move these rocks. I was listening to a little bit of Cheryl McCollum. I don't know if you guys are familiar with her, but if you guys haven't watched Cheryl McCollum on some people's panels, make sure you find her. I mean, I don't think she streams, but she has been on several people's panels. And I thought it was interesting because Cheryl McCollum had said between January 11th and 30th that what's changed between January and the 30th is that there's never been a second person. That's what she believes. She still believes that there's one person. She said the perp is not acting like he had a Wi-Fi jammer because the perp isn't acting like it, you know? And I thought that was super interesting. I mean, he definitely didn't act like he had a Wi-Fi jammer at all. The only thing that, you know, you could say he did was, you know, act like he wasn't in a rush. But also, if he used a Wi-Fi jammer, she pointed out that if that was the case, he wouldn't have spent time grabbing that strub and covering up the camera. And I just thought that made a lot of sense, but it still didn't change my opinion, you know, based on what I think as far as there being one or more than one person. Unfortunately, I hate to come here, you know, knowing it's 118 days since Nancy has been missing and the case remains unsolved. No arrests, no named suspects, no location of Nancy. Still $1 million on the table for information or her recovery, and it's awful. It's awful. It really does, and it sucks not to know anything that's going on update wise. But the community's not going to stop. We're going to keep talking. We're going to keep brainstorming. We're going to continue to keep picking each other's brains. We're going to continue to keep digging deeper. We're not stopping. We are not stopping at all. Connie, big welcome. She says, I think all judgments of other YouTubers should remain to yourself. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I don't know what's going on in chat. Chicky, big welcome. Says you should live. You're the best. Much love. Much love. Yeah. Had to, guys. I had to come out here. I had to. I had to do it. Let me get a drink. I feel like I gotta use the restroom, but I don't care. I gotta drink something. I'm thirsty. Forget it. It's hot. I got my little fan around my neck. It's kind of working. It's kind of not. So you might hear a little noise in the background. Hey, Janet Brown, thanks so much for your support. I truly appreciate it, by the way. Much love, Janet. Sweet Opinion says facts. Facts. Philip Carter says, oh, he's going off on somebody in the chat. Excuse him. Oleg Cat says there are 5 people. You can see them in the back with the car, in the background with the car. I've still yet to confirm that. I mean, I think sometimes we overlook the picture and our eyes start telling us stuff that really doesn't, it's really not there. I don't know. I feel like we've looked at it so much. Sometimes we overlook it, and sometimes it's best we kind of give it a break, go back, maybe look at it again. Just because I think some of the stuff that's pixelated in the background, it makes it very difficult to make out, really, what you really see. I mean, it's super confusing because I could almost create a person with the pixelation in the back. So if you see something, I think the best way you could possibly go about it is somehow messing with the quality and making it come to light. The only people with, true advanced technology is the FBI. So, I mean, it's really difficult to do it on your own. Lisa says Juice a good streamer. He just needs to need to get caught up in all the other drama with other streamers. Oh, that's not me. I won't do it. Trust me. Every streamer is different, though. You know, we all are different. You know, Criminal Network is a beast because he's able to deal with drama on his own and support the case at the same time. That's his style. You know, and I give him most up respect for that because that's tough. That's too much work for me. Not gonna do it. Not everybody has a tolerance for certain stuff, but I think at the end of the day, when you bump heads with somebody, you should still call it peace and move forward. You know, but some people don't let that happen, so it takes two. But not everybody give you a second chance either. You know, once you talk crazy, you know, they move forward. But yeah, man, we gotta all stick together. Like I said, we at the end of the day, we all got the same goal when it comes to this case. Sweet opinions, chill out. Come on now, don't do that to me right now. I gotta stay focused here. Now we're good right now with the mice. They don't usually come out until later on. I'd say around like 6:37. That's when it starts to get real scary. When it starts to get dark out here. Guess I don't have the patience today for trolls, haters, and judgmental chatters. Hey, just ignore it, man. Like I said, you guys have all rights to block some other people or block the people that you find that get on your nerves. I think there's a lot of trolls just going around, Patty. I mean, that's just how it is, I guess. But I'll do my best to try to address some of the trolls here. I want to walk over here real quick since I think we're pretty much at our peak here for the most part. Say a little prayer here for Nancy here, and then try to kind of roam around here just for a second here. I gotta get my power pad plugged up so my phone doesn't die here though. That's what we don't want. It's on 100%. We'll see how long it lasts. Let me check my battery. Yesterday the phone wasn't charging, so I'm a little worried that today we might be dealing with the same thing. So let me just. Nah, I don't even want to mess with that right now. Let me make sure the battery mode is on. Give me a second, chat. Power pad on for now. I was gonna switch to the power pack, but I think I'm about to keep this on that bad boy because I'm afraid the battery's gonna get low, and we don't want that at all. Otherwise, we'll be out here with nothing. Alice says, "You says the mice can stay in the bushes. He will stay in his lane. They have to go." Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I can't do the. I can't do the mice. Let me make sure my sound is good, or did we shut off? Alice says, "You says the mice." Okay, I think we're good. All right, I had to check real quick. Whew. Got worried for a second. My goodness. Screen went black for a second, guys, because I had to turn on the battery saver here. I don't want to lose battery here. Shouts Voices of the Missing. I saw them out there searching earlier. She looked tired. I think Todd's wife, I can't remember her name. You guys probably remember better than I do, but she looked exhausted. My goodness. I almost wanted to call her and see if she needed some water. My goodness, it was terrible. No, I don't have Alex's keys, unfortunately. Let's take a step over here to this closer to the memorial site for a second. I want to say a prayer here. Dang, I think there's a bee trying to kill me right now. Sheesh. All right, we're moving. We're moving. Hopefully I don't lose y'all signal-wise. Otherwise, I think we're good, though. Lonnie, I got you. I remember you were telling me to get some tape for the mailbox. Don't worry, I'll make sure I have some tape the next time I come here, which will probably be tomorrow. I got you, man. Lonnie reached out and told me I need to get some tape for the mailbox. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. Lord United, we all stand in quest for Nancy. I couldn't agree more. Much love, Alice. I appreciate it. Chat's rude tonight. Oh man, we gotta address some folks. I guess it's okay because it's already being addressed, so don't worry. I guess people just don't want to be in chat. Please don't touch the mailbox. No, it's all good. Split opinions. I'm just gonna put tape on it the next time I come back here. I'm gonna have some tape and I'll tape over it. I'm not gonna actually like open it or anything like that. I'm pretty sure there's. Well, no, I think the bald-headed guy that comes by usually gets the mail. Up here. I think she's just exercising. Yeah, I saw that, Lori. Voices of the Mission out there searching, man. Shouts to them, man. They're doing a good job. I don't know if you guys can see that person. She's just getting a little exercise. Prayer for Nancy, guys. Dear Heavenly Father, we know that time has flown and we still have yet to find Nancy or a suspect. Father, I want to pray that no one gives up. I pray you keep us all hopeful and continue to give us the strength to just keep fighting. We understand this case comes with patience and simply time. I just want to take the time to say, I pray that everyone keeps Nancy in their prayers and the Guthrie family and friends. Pray that you watch over everyone in the chat or watching the channel today and watching over JLR, DGL, and Criminal Network and Ted as they head out to Vegas. Let's keep each other in our prayers and look out for one another. And Father, keep us all safe. In dear Jesus' name, amen. 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 Had to take a little moment of silence for Nancy there. I want to walk up this hill in just a second here. It's crazy just knowing how much time we've spent here. I almost feel like sometimes like the neighbors want us, you know, there's a specific neighbor that we haven't caught and he's been doing good. If there's that, you know, let's just say there is that chance that it is one of the neighbors that took Nancy, you know, it almost feels like with the stuff that happens like with these rocks right here, they want us to just go away. Maybe they want to make a move and they don't feel safe because we're still around. You know, maybe she is actually close. I don't think so, but I'm always open to people's thoughts. You know, so I think some people think she's still close, and I'm always open to the fact that people think that. Richard said this is so calming to watch. I'm glad I can make it calming. Man. I tried, man. I tried. Philip Carter says great job, just man. Much love. I'm trying. I try. Hey Connie, thanks for the 5 gifted memberships, by the way. Midsummer Moose is officially now a membership. Thanks to now a member. Thanks to Connie, Zoe, 88, me Blondie, Mama Seesaw, and Sue Wampler. Welcome to the family, guys. You guys are officially members. Thanks to Connie. Much love, Connie. I know you guys like to see the road, so I had to turn it a little bit. Comes a car here. I wonder. No, I thought this was the car that lives up the hill. It's not the car. I always see that car. That's definitely a neighbor for sure. Hey, Virginia, big welcomes, by the way. Lisa Marie, big welcomes. Island, big welcomes. Island says great content. I try, y'all. Man, much love, man. I appreciate all the love, guys. I want to go back. I'm gonna go back through some videos tonight because I just want to confirm whether or not there's actually marks there. I know I got enough footage to see if there's actually marks right here. We're about to walk over there right now. But right where that sign is at right there is where we think that bobcat kind of scraped the ground and messed up the pavement here. If that mark really, because I don't think that mark was there. If that mark wasn't there, because I don't think it was, then we know for a fact that that bobcat came down here and dropped all these rocks. I can't see because they're too far away if they're like the exact same rocks, but there's no rocks out here like these rocks at all. You'll notice when you look at these rocks here, they're just different. Could it be perhaps a chance that Nancy was carried in that bobcat? That bobcat was here the night before, she went missing. That bobcat was already here. From what I remember, the bobcat was already up there. I think they also had other vehicles up there too. I'm not sure. I can't remember. I need to go back and look at DZL's footage. And I'm not saying the neighbor did it. I'm just saying, could it be a chance? I mean, people been reaching out saying that a lot. That they think some Nancy could have been moved in that bobcat. Now, got people thinking. Well, it was really Juanita. Hey, TV Investigates, I appreciate you letting me know, man. Shouts to Exploring Jim. Yeah, I always watch him. When I have the time, I usually catch him for a little while. He wants to ride by sometime to officially meet me. Oh man, I'm sure me and Jim will run into each other sometime. Somehow, some way along the way. All right, we're gonna walk up this hill real quick. I gotta show you guys all these cameras that this person had. My goal right now is I might not even be able to figure it out, but I want to see if all those cameras, some of those cameras, not all of them, or one of them, face down here. I gotta talk to Criminal Network because Criminal Network, he might know if that house gave FBI footage. I mean, who knows? Because I don't know if he was here the day that they were following the FBI around. Remember, the FBI were walking around here and they were going door to door. But I don't know if we got that one on film. I don't know if JLR saw that. Gotta put my vest on here. I haven't worn this vest in a while. All right, we're moving. Camera might be a little shaky here for a second. Putting these legs up real quick so we can walk here. All right, we're good. What happened to Lawrence Dean from Monday? What do you mean? Hey, Big Mommy, big welcome. Such a good juice. What's up? I'm glad it's okay. I wasn't trying to shake the screen too much. Some people say they get a headache when I shake the screen too much, so I try not to. I'm trying to be more steadier for y'all today. Midsummer, thanks so much for the $25 super chat. She says, sorry, having trouble sending your Amazon Wish products to your address, so will you send the money instead? Your dedication and care about Nancy is appreciated. Hey, much love, Midsummer, Moose. I appreciate that. Don't even worry about it. It's all right. I gotta kind of update the Amazon list. I really don't have much on there. I truly appreciate you for the love and support. I truly do. So I don't know if you guys can see it from here. You probably can't. I can't see that camera. Let me see if I can see the camera from here. No, I don't see a camera from here at all. So I don't think that this house could see down here at Nancy's. Oh, and that's not a camera on top. We gotta walk up there real quick so I can actually see where all these cameras are at. I don't see the tire marks here from that Bobcat though. If that Bobcat really came down here, I don't see any like tire marks at all. You know, it all looks like that might have just been there. You might not have noticed. I don't know. I can't call it. Could a Bobcat do that much damage? I mean, it's pretty deep. I mean, it's not all that deep. I mean, but it's a little tiny little thing though. It's not even. I don't know. Juice, why do you have a 702 area code? That's not my actual phone number. So when you guys call me or call in, it's not my actual phone number. You know, it's it's my Google phone number. So I might have to get the windsock. But I don't know if you guys can see the camera from here. So yeah, I don't think that camera is facing this way at all though. Make sure he doesn't hear me on camera. Yeah, that camera's not facing this way. It's facing. He has so many cameras though. I don't understand. He must have a lot of money in that house or something. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm not trying to record the house because I don't want to make them suspicious. Yo, Daniel, I appreciate the $10 super chat, by the way. Daniel says, good evening, Juice. Thank you so much for coming out to Nancy Guthrie's home, even after working all day. Really appreciate you. Hey, much love. Love the fact that I could come out here and do this for you guys. And, you know, and also, you know, for other reasons as well. But I love the fact that people enjoy it and like to come out here with me. Yeah, he's got six cameras. There's a pretty big one in the back too. Interesting. He's got a lot of cameras. I wonder why. And then there's that Bobcat. I don't know if I don't know. I can't call it. I don't want to say that it was that Bobcat until I can figure out if those marks were there before or not. You guys can't hear me? Sorry. I was just saying, I don't know if that Bobcat was actually, I don't know if it was there for sure before Nancy went missing. I think I recall there being some other type of working vehicles or, you know, tractor looking things, I guess. I got to get my windsock. Yeah, this ain't going to work. It's too windy out here. I don't know if that Bobcat could have did all that. But maybe so, because it's not that deep. Yeah, it's not all that deep. Yeah, definitely. But I don't know if that lines up with the front end of that Bobcat. I mean, is it that wide? I don't know if it's that wide. It's kind of wide. That's kind of wide. I don't know if this Bobcat lines up with. I don't know if it's that wide. I don't know. It's pretty close. Damn. Maybe it is. Yeah, maybe he could have made a mistake coming down and dropped it too low. It's hard to say. And usually wouldn't there, it'd be some scrape marks going in? But no, because he could just drop it. So I guess it doesn't have to necessarily be any scrape marks. Yeah, so I mean, he could have just dropped that. Yeah, who knows? It's hard to tell. I can't tell. But that's a lot of work. That is a lot of work. This requires more work than taking Nancy out the house. Yeah, I think it had to be that truck. Definitely had to. Can't call it, chat. I don't know. Sweet Opinion says that's handmade. You think all that's handmade? Seriously? I don't know about that. Or I think she's saying it was done by hand. I don't know if you noticed, but these other rocks are not the same. They're different. They're different rocks. And the actual rocks that are already here. See the rocks over there? These rocks are different. And they look the same, but I can't tell because they're too far away. I'm going to walk up that hill one more time. Just not right this second, but yeah, I think those rocks are the ones from that pile up there. It's almost common sense at this point, because if those rocks are the same, I mean, there's no way somebody just so happened to bring the same rocks that they don't even have in this area and, bring them all the way over here. I don't know. You think the HOA knows about this? I think so. What do y'all think, Chad? You think the HOA has already known about this by now? I think somebody would have reached out by now and said something. I mean, there's people in the neighborhood watching, so I mean, I'm only assuming somebody would actually report this. Which house was it that wouldn't turn over camera footage? I'm not too sure. I don't know. I don't think anybody knows which house it was. Hey, much love, Teresa. Yeah, I love the kids. I gotta get the windsock because it's too windy out here. 1 second. Windsock time. Excuse me. We're about to stand up. I'm already tired of sitting down, and I just got here. I don't even want to sit down. And I've been walking around all day at work, and I just don't like to sit down for long, I guess. Excuse me, folks. I'm just setting up the tripod. We're good now. Much better. So I would say in the past couple of days, we haven't seen any sheriff out here at all either. Nor has any bothered us, which is a good thing. Sue had the rocks and leaves put there. Guarantee it? I don't think so. Because why? What would what would Sue Ellen benefit from that? But then again, I don't know. I guess you never know what to expect with her because she's been. I've also heard her, giving false police reports too over the phone. So I mean, you can't really put anything past anybody in this neighborhood at this point. They've been strange. Some of them have been strange. And I mean, I would be too if I was skeptical of people in my neighborhood. But for me, I don't see a streamer ever freaking me out. But I guess you never know. Trying to get this windsock on here. No, I agree, Cherokee. Yeah, that's illegal for real. And I mean, it's crazy how they didn't take notice of some of the police reports that she was giving and follow up on it. Hey, Freedom Eagle, big welcomes. Good to see you, by the way. Jack Cook says, I think a few of you should check the spot that I keep referring to on Campbell. What spot? Let me know. Can you get an address or something? Is it a walking distance from here? Because I would check it for you if it's a walking distance, or maybe on my way out if I have time. Um, Maybe we should open up the phone lines here for a second here. Deborah says, I'm sure if HOA knew, they would come that clean that, right? I would assume. I would assume. But then again, at the same time, I don't know if pertaining to that letter that we got from HOA, it seems like to me they didn't want us here. Remember, in that letter, they had pretty much told the neighbors not to talk to streamers and to not watch any of our channels as well. I don't know if you remember that. So I'm assuming they're with it at this point. I mean, we'll give it more time, but I mean, moving forward, I would give it another week, and if they haven't addressed this, and maybe they put in an order and it's just taking time, and they hired some landscapers, and they need to, they don't have any availability for a certain amount of time. But this is an easy job for a landscaper. Hey, Cherokee, thanks so much for the $20 super chat. He says, stay strong, Juice. You're awesome. No, man. You guys are awesome. You guys are awesome. You guys motivate me to continue to come out here, continue to keep pushing when it comes to this case. And I couldn't thank you guys all more for continuing to be a part of this stream and just be here with me. I mean, you guys continue to push me to be out here. I mean, it's the folks that want me to be out here, and not only myself, but Some days I'm wondering, like, should I even come? Because I don't want to overwhelm the neighbors. I want to kind of meet them halfway by at least not coming every single day. But after this incident, I was like, you know what? This week we're coming all this week. Hey, much love, Lon. I appreciate that. Who all was at game night? Good question. I would assume that Annie and Tommaso's child, including them two, along with and along with Nancy, at some point, because we know she took the Uber there. Um, but I don't want to say the wrong thing. I guess just in my opinion, I truly feel like that Cameron was there as well, and I think Cameron was already here the night she went missing. And I think that was one of the reasons that may have led him to believe more that, she was taken. I also think Cameron and Annie are much closer than Annie and Savannah. I feel like the two of them both have a decent relationship with their brother, but they don't have Annie don't have the best relationship as she says. I don't know why I can't get over the fact of there being some type of jealousy issue there between the two. I don't know why. Cameron, wow. Hey, much love, Greedy. I appreciate you becoming a member of the channel. Shouts to Greedy there. Much love. Welcome to the family, Greedy. Welcome to the team, Greedy Girl Issues. Because Savannah is the baby. Deborah says the Uber driver was a female and she was told by the FBI not to speak. I could see that for sure. I don't know why this case doesn't make people upset enough to just come out and speak. What is the FBI really going to do if somebody comes out and speak? Especially like for the Uber driver, But I think you swear, maybe you swear under something. We should look that up and see what the consequences are if you speak on a case that you're not even really a part of. I mean, I guess she's technically somewhat a part of the case, but maybe they tell you, you could affect this case and interfere with us possibly catching or bringing that person home that's missing. Hey, Sweet Bree, I truly appreciate that. She says, hit that thumbs up. It's free. Way to support Juice. Yes. And it continues to help the algorithm and put the stream out there. So someone that hasn't discovered the stream will. It becomes a recommended channel. The only way they couldn't speak legal on a case is if they put a gag order on them. Interesting. Yeah, have we seen Tommaso and Cameron ever together? Isn't that crazy how in the pictures that's true? I mean, the the family in the family photo that we see, I don't think Cameron's there. Um, you know, And obviously it was just for the kids, you know, when they first sent the message back to the person that they thought they were talking to that sent the ransom letter. Wow, I mean, yeah, maybe Cameron and Tomas don't like each other at all. I wanna look that up. I just wanna see what law you would pretty much be breaking if you are told by the FBI not to speak and you do. Like, what are the consequences? Have we seen one car pass by since we've been here? I don't think so. I think a car's coming now. I think so. Yeah, probably just a neighbor. Got some folks walking down here too. See, I think it just depends though what, you know, I think what revolves around the consequences too is it depends on where you stand in the case, like who you are. I'm not sure though. So it says speaking after the FBI or federal authorities instruct you not to can result in a federal charge for obstruction of justice, making false statements or being an accessory after the fact, depending on the severity of the case, which I pretty much was saying. These charges carry heavy penalties, including substantial fines and even imprisonment. So I believe it's obstruction of justice. Interesting, but I don't know if that would necessarily pertain to the Uber driver. Though. That's what I mean. You know, perhaps she was able to speak out or she spoke out. I don't know. To me, this case frustrates me so much. I would have bent the rules. I'm sorry. Man, Paulie says, I'm sure Susie moved the cones. I don't think so. I don't know. You never know. I mean, Sue Ellen doesn't really stop for anything else unless you're parking. I mean, that's the only thing I've ever seen Sue Ellen stop for. Yeah, the Uber is a big deal, I think, in this case. It could be a big deal. I mean, because what led him over there to, you know, Annie and Tommaso's house in the first place? I think their story changed initially. I think that their story was changing. I think that's what made them suspicious. Because we know they didn't just go over there to go over there. I don't think they start with the family just to start with the family, you know, in a sense of searching the home. Looking at them, yeah, is a different thing, though. Man, Randy says by the time this is over, I do believe that T and A will be locked up. I also think that guy for Tommaso will also be locked up. What guy, though? Hey, big welcomes, Venus. I see somebody saying her name in the chat. I don't think I caught her in the chat, though. Hey, Popcorn, big welcomes, Popcorn there, by the way. Terry says, "Have you seen Sue in a few days? In the last few days, I seen Sue Ellen just when I got here. Yeah, so she was leaving out and she just came back about an hour ago. So she's been out here. Usually the cones are further apart. Well, the one that's next to me down below on the right here. Hey, much love, Peggy. Thanks for the $5 super chat there, man. South Peggy. The ones below right here, I think I had that one there last night. So the one, just down here on the right hand side, you can barely see it. That one I moved. The other one that's over there by the memorial site, I think that one is there. I think it was there because I put that one there for Lauren's sign at one point in time. And the two that are sitting right here to the left, I'm not sure. There was one there the other day. I think there was still two there yesterday. You might have to go back to my last stream and see if those two cones are right there. I don't recall though. I thought it was just one yesterday. Remember, Mark the Shark did some footage the other, I think it was several months ago, more so near the beginning, and it looked like there was some blood on the back. One of the blood, like I think it was like it looked like there was blood on the back. I think there's a mat on her. I think I would say it's kind of the back door, but it's the sliding glass door. I can't recall. I think it was the sliding glass door. And it's kind of on the side of Nancy's house. I think it's like her bedroom. I think it's the bedroom sliding glass door. I can't recall though. I think it was right outside of her bedroom though, if I recall. Was it blood though? Did anybody ever figure out? Did he ever figure out if that was actually blood? Some people think that they just sent you an email. Go check it out. All right, we'll do. Um, I think some people think well, let me ask you guys first. Who do you guys think that is involved? Who do you think that, whether or not, let's just say perhaps Tommaso's involved, that he may be connected to Luke somehow, or what's the connection here? Because it seems like most of the community thinks that it's more than one person. And I think we should do a poll for that because I honestly, truly think that I don't really see too many people. Based on all the time that I've spent here, I haven't really seen very many people say it's one person. Sue Ellen is crazy, Truda. Man, all involved, Deborah says. Insane. Tom and Ann. Vintage says, I think Cameron is either involved or knows something. Tomato and apple are sus to me. Wow. I think we need to do a poll. I want to see how many people think that I want to see if a majority think that it's more than one person. Let me check my email here. Somebody was saying to check the email and see what I missed. Hopefully I got the right person here. remember this car the other day, I think. I can't remember if that was the car. Anyway, I think it's some easement information. It states that if a neighbor deliberately placed rocks in the easement to block access to media, such as utility lines, internet cables, or news vehicles, their actions are illegal under Arizona law. Insane. Didn't know that. Thanks for that. Private property owners are strictly prohibited from interfering with an established easement or right of way. Wow, that's crazy. Well, in that regard, then hopefully they're able to figure out who actually did this, though. Nanos, why were you at Nancy's house this Saturday before she went missing? Says Cat Lady. How do you know? Hey, J Bug, thanks for the $10 super chat, by the way. He says, I know that you would like to go to Vegas road trip, but I'm glad you are there covering the case. Stay safe, man. Much love, J Bug. Yeah, it's all good. I don't think I'm missing much. I think the guys will have a good time. Wish I could have went, but yeah, I'm not dwelling on it at all. Much love, J Bug. This has been going around for a long time. The Saturday that she went missing. I thought that Nanos came late though. I don't recall him coming the day she went missing because I believe that was a Saturday. Derek is definitely involved and pray he snitches on all of them. Just a matter of time, I think. Man, could Derek be the break in the case? I know. I keep thinking about Mr. Colella there, and it's quite possible. AZ Girl says, I used to be an Uber driver every night after we're done. If there's anything on camera, we have to send it to Uber. They look at it. Then if you need to call the police, they do that. Wow. And the great thing about it is, you remember that Uber driver they said that Uber driver had cameras uh, front and back, I believe. Well, actually inside the vehicle and out. So I don't know if that was front and back, as far as being on the outside of the vehicle. But from what I've heard, it was definitely cameras inside the vehicle, and there wasn't any odd things going on, they said, with her behavior. Haven't heard anything about the human remains found near I-10, though. I heard about that, but no updates on that. Sweet Georgia P, big welcome, Vonda, by the way. I don't know if I said hello to those of y'all in the chat there. Yeah, nothing on that. I don't know when they'll update us on that, but I did hear about that yesterday. Vintage Lotus says, I'm waiting on the proof that Nancy even returned home. Yeah, I mean, I couldn't agree more with that. That's it's questionable. I'm not somebody who believes a lot the fact that the blood was staged at all. I question sometimes if the video of the perp though was staged though. I question whether or not this person was smart enough to confused FBI. Like, I don't know. How would they even know that that video was going to, confuse the FBI? How would they even know that they were going to even be able to find that video? If they were that smart, it only leads me to believe, like, this gotta be somebody in, like, in law enforcement, or they have that background. 'Cause it truly seems like it's 118 days, guys, so, I mean, it truly seems like this person knew everything that they look for. I don't think majority of these people in this chat think Nancy's alive, but, I could be wrong. Someone said does this chat think that? I don't think so. I wanna take it to a poll here real quick. We'll do a couple of those and open up the phone lines at the same time here, I think, for a moment. I wanna know first, um, what was it? I almost lost it here. I think I lost my what it was that I was gonna do initially for that first poll. A car passing by here. Jeep Cherokee. Hey, what's happening? How you doing? Uh-oh. Who's this, guys? You just wanted to get a picture of the memorial site. He said, "How you doing, though?" Thought he was pulling over to get out for a second. Let me try to do a poll here. Michelle says, "I got the play juice. I got your back. Hey, much love." Shouts out Louisville, Kentucky. Oh, he turned around. Lauren, big welcome, by the way. Paulie says, "Don't worry, bothering Troy. What did I do? What did they do?" I think everybody's been cool. Yeah, I think he's just waving. He's gonna get a shot. I think he wanted to see that front door. Everybody wants to see that front door. What was that first poll I was gonna do? It's bothering me. I can't remember. My thoughts are everywhere right now. I just don't want a gang of people interrogating you again. Nah, we're good. We're all good. Car was. How many people were involved? That's right, guys. Thank you guys for reminding me. Man, I'm slow. I had to think about that for a second. Give me a second, because it's the internet is super slow out here, but I'll get it up there. Don't worry. Slow down, Karen, as Alex would say, huh? Hey, shouts Patriot Pride, man. What's up, man? Appreciate you tuning in, Patriot Pride. Guys, come check Patriot Pride out as well. If you guys haven't subscribed, make sure y'all go subscribe as well. Like I've always said, these guys have been doing a fantastic job, just content-wise, period, as well as supporting the Nancy Guthrie case. So listen, I'll be on the panel tonight, so you guys are all invited to come over and have a discussion with Patriot Pride and I. And there might even just be some other guests as well. So make sure you guys stop on by if you got time after the stream here. Man, it's going slow. I can't even get this up. We'll have to hold off on the poll for a second. I'm trying to find, I'm always bad at this part, trying to get the phone number for this dang Google number. Oh, I like these neighbors. These neighbors are cool. They're not bad. They usually always say hello too. Looks like some other neighbors coming down. So a lot of people walking as usual. Just not a whole lot of cars. Not a whole lot of traffic. They're pretty cool though. They didn't say hi, but they're all right. Then it says, I believe her doors were unlocked, like she's just old school like that now. Who would know that? Good question. I also wouldn't be surprised if she normally had her camera working, but someone might have disconnected it. I mean, think about that. I mean, yeah, take that also to consideration as well. You know, not, just the fact, not just the fact that she would, someone knew that her doors were unlocked, but it seems like they knew where all the cameras were at as well, right? And then remember, the floodlight was damaged in the back, so it was almost like that floodlight was going off, and they were either trying to knock it off or trying to make it. They were trying to break it, and I think they were trying to break the thing because it was going off. I don't think that they wanted to take it or anything like that, or maybe they were confused to whether or not the floodlight had a camera, because some floodlights have cameras on them, but some, most of them don't. And it almost looks like it's a camera in the middle, but really it's the sensor that makes the light go off. Dang, did I lose connection here? Are we good? Seeker says, what do you think of the van passing and the service going wacky? That was so sus to me. What van? What day was this? I don't remember that. I think it's happening a couple times though. I mean, the connection's so bad. I mean, I feel like a car could get in the way of the connection somehow and kind of make it go in and out for the most part. Man, guys, I don't know about a poll. I mean, everything's going so slow. I can't load anything. Maybe we're jammed. Nah, I don't think so. Oh, I think I got it. Not the poll part, but the number part. It's just not loading. TB Investigate says the FBI released a public only what they needed for public to help identify the perp. Everything else they recovered from the camera is evidence. Yeah, and from what I've heard, they only give us a little bit. You know, they do that on purpose. Yeah, it looks like no poll for us. It's not loading at all. Oh my God, is that mice already? Oh, it's a bird. I was like, no, it's time to shake the spot. Man. I'm gonna just say Boda. I don't want to try to. I don't want to say that name wrong. Says I wish I was out with you right now. I'm in Fargo. Is it North Dakota? She says stay safe out there. Nancy is proud of you for being there for her prayers and God bless. Much love. I appreciate the $10 super chat there. I'm keeping that Boda. I don't want to say the name wrong. So quiet out here. I don't know if this is a road runner behind me or what it is. This is really bothering me, guys. I really wish I could get a poll up, but it's unfortunate it's not working. That's how bad the service is out here. I think James Feathers is suspicious and could be involved. I think Bless meant to say some way. You're talking about is that I'm trying to think who that is. Is that the guy that came by that was drunk? Did James Feathers? No, yeah. I don't remember the guy's name that came by that was drunk that was asking for a guy named Brian Guthrie. James Feathers. Strawberry says there's a video of one of the neighbors admitting before Nancy disappeared, none of the neighbors knew each other. I don't think these guys knew each other very well in this neighborhood. I don't. And being here all this time, watching all these neighbors walk up and down the street, they don't seem to interact with any other neighbors. The only thing that they do interaction-wise is pet each other's dogs. That's about it. Other than that, I don't really see neighbors going to neighbors' houses. None of that. It's almost like this neighborhood is built not to get to know your neighbors because that's how gapped out the houses are. James Feathers is an alcoholic. They usually are just out there to hurt themselves. But I'm trying to figure out who. I'm trying to remember if that's the guy or not. I think that was the guy that came by that was drunk. That's sad. That's all it takes is for you to come by drunk and demanding somebody that I've never heard of, Brian Guthrie, and then people really start to think that that person could have something to do with it. I mean, he came by a couple times. like twice from what I remember. To me, he's not really giving me any signs of him like being involved at all. I think he's just some drunk guy who, had an idea with him and his dad. I mean, he came over with his dad. I mean, him and his dad maybe had the idea to come by here to Nancy's for whatever reason. But I don't see what, would make him really like, oh. I mean, he wasn't even making sense. It was just he was just making stuff up drunk. Dearest, big welcomes, by the way. Shouts to all the members here. Looks like we got several members here tuning in. Love all the members tuning in and the ones that also keep, continue to chime in. It seems like most of them. So, really appreciate that. Guys, the screen is going to go black, so bear with me. Don't think I went out of service. I got to get the hotspot on. It just shut off. I need to get this number posted here so we can take a few calls here. All right, we're good. Got to move over a little bit. All right. Phone is not charging. Did I lose you guys or we still got a connection? I'm trying to find out. I think James Feathers is suspicious. Well, let me make sure we're good here. Nope, I think I lost all y'all. I think James Feathers is suspicious. Are we still good? We're good. Okay. I thought we lost connection there. Guys, I'm still working on the poll. We'll try to get a poll in. Here comes this number, though. I'm going to post this number. Feel free to call in. I think I had somebody trying to call. If you want to call back, feel free to call back there. I know I missed somebody's phone call a second ago. Well, if they don't call back, it's okay. We'll just catch their call another time. I shot him a message to have him call back before I post this number. I was trying to give him a chance there before some folks beat him to it. White Dodge Ram. He didn't come this way, though. He turned. Some think Brian Guthrie was supposed to be Brian Enton. Yeah, I don't get that at all. Two completely different people. So we'll take a few calls here. Feel free to call in if you want before we get out of here today. Like I said, I won't be here like when it's super dark out here. Well, maybe I will just a little bit, but it won't be for long tonight. So, which is good because it's best I stop staying here for too long into the dark. It's like some neighbors coming this way. I don't think I turned my camera all the way back. You guys can't even see the road. Sorry. Hey, Bed Mac, big welcome. Shout Canada. all the way from Canada. Needed a snack. I was hungry. How y'all doing? Never seen them before. They don't look like they're from here. Maybe he's not from here. It's interesting. This guy's always walking through every day. But I've actually never seen them before. Does any neighbor want to talk? I doubt it. I doubt it. For the most part, I've talked to pretty much all the neighbors that walk through here. I would say there's really not that many of them that really walk through here every day. It's usually the same people. I mean, I guess there is a decent amount, but for the most part, I don't think there's any that I've forgotten. But those neighbors that just passed by, I've never seen them here before. If they're neighbors. That guy says he doesn't live here. The guy that just walked by, he said he doesn't live here in the neighborhood. He just takes walks through here. So he says. I remember the first poll, Kelly. I just can't. The phone's just not loading, and I have no idea why, which is super weird. You know, I guess I could try. Let me see if I have Chrome. I don't even think I have Chrome, so I can't try a different browser. I was gonna try a different app, but it's just not loading at all, which is weird. Like I got the screen, but I don't have the bottom. I'm not understanding why it's not loading. Oops, excuse me, I almost knocked the phone down. You don't live there. Why is it a big deal if they don't live there? It's not a big deal at all. I'm just saying. I'm just pointing out the neighbors I haven't seen. Yeah, I don't see why I would be making a big deal though. I'm just pointing it out. That's all. Writing says much prayer needed. I agree. Just please don't stay after dark. Nah, I probably not. I mean, I'm hoping not. I think my girl should be here just in time before it gets like too dark out here. Oh, so I think somebody's calling here. See who it is.
To accept, press 1. To send.
This is Juice.
Juice, hello. My wife sent you some emails a couple days ago.
Oh, yeah.
The past couple days.
Yeah, I'm glad you called.
And
Yeah.
so, yeah, man. First off, let me start by saying thank you for covering what this news feed, the way that you cover it is very genuine. I just want to put that out there. Secondly, before I get into anything, I just want to know, what is your viewpoint in regards to the family being involved?
I mean, I go back and forth with it. If for the most part, I truly think it's family involved, or someone that's knows the family. either family, friend, or somebody that knows the family. I go back and forth between those two.
Mhm. Okay, so we're in the area not too far from where Cameron is.
Mhm.
And with that said, before all of this here transpired, we had a similar incident. Whereas the perp pretty much fits the same MO of somebody that, height, build, everything, head to toe, on a hot day. Face mask, long sleeves, all black, everything covered, gloves, the whole nine, was chasing my wife.
Wow.
And I want to say, what's the cameras in the Burlington area, if I'm not mistaken?
I believe so. Yeah, somewhere in there.
So this happened within, I want to say, about a 10-minute vicinity of Burlington. Not too far.
Wow.
And before this incident even happened, I mean, it was at night, not extremely, not very late, but it was, in the realms of, the sun going down. It was dark, and I'll be honest with you, my wife took the dog for a walk, and I sat back in our vehicle. And as she's walking the dog and she's coming back to our vehicle, she's, kind of like being hasty, bringing her back, and she's telling me like there's somebody following her, somebody's chasing her. And I honestly, I didn't even see the person until they got like really close. And I had clear vision. It was just dark, no trees obstructing my view or anything. But that's how dark it was.
Yeah.
And the person didn't even know that I was, even in the vehicle, as they were approaching the vehicle. Now, this happened back in September of last year, before this whole, Nancy Guthrie case even happened. And to find out that there's ties from Arizona all the way to Vermont is kind of odd in that instance.
You said how far are you guys away from Vermont?
We're in Vermont.
Oh, wow.
We're roughly about 10 minutes away from yes, we're roughly about 10 minutes away from the Burlington area. I mean, not even 10 minutes, to be honest with you, but at the time where we were, depending on how you travel, I mean, if you take a straight shot or, locally through the local roads, or even if you, jump on the highway, about 10 minutes outside of Burlington.
Oh,
okay,
man.
Now Burlington, Vermont is not big, it's not a big city. I mean, I could spit across Burlington, that's how big of a city it is. However, I just find it extremely odd. The time frames that have transpired as to when, what's his name, Cameron, was in Tucson, Arizona. It kind of doesn't, it doesn't match up. Some of the things that he, said in regards to it, his mother was kidnapped for ransom before a ransom note even came out. It's weird to me.
Yeah, I agree.
And it's, I don't know. I think there's a link. It could be something, it could be nothing, but I have a strong.
Me, I'm not sure if there is or not.
My wife isn't sure if there is or not. And like I said, it could not be a link, but I just find it extremely odd that somebody of the same MO and is, and here in the state of Vermont, not even 10 minutes away from from the Burlington area where Cameron lives. I think that was more or less the lines of like practice runs leading up to the event of what transpired, which is national.
Black gloves.
So I mean, when it happened, it was September, going into a mild winter, and it was at least between 70 to 80 degrees. Now, you wearing all black with the ski mask, long sleeve, garments. I mean, I can understand if you want to wear, pants, but a long sleeve shirt, everything black. You have gloves on. Look like maybe black, maybe tactical boots or whatever the case may be. I really couldn't see, but I just know head to toe, this man was in black. Not to mention, a few days after that, we go back to the same area, and then we see this man again laying on the like a little hill. I mean, and he had a full backpack also, mind you.
Wow.
He had a backpack on also. I failed to mention that, and his backpack was full.
Judgmental when people are trying to figure.
Now we saw him again. With the, I want to say a few days afterwards. Okay, in the same vicinity. And when I realized, as I was driving, I passed him laying on a hill, and he didn't have a mask on. But I went to the light. I turned and I went and parked, and I wanted to try to see if I can get up close and maybe get a photo of this guy, because if something would happen, I wanted to make sure that I could at least report it to the local authorities. And upon parking and getting out, he left where he was laying down, but whatever he did, I mean, it's like he's a professional, because he literally disappeared, and I could not find him at all.
Wow, and that's. I mean, you said it was pitch black. I mean, so I mean, it's probably.
Well, the second day it wasn't. The second day we saw him, it was it was going in. So the sun was still out, but it was getting dark quickly. The first incident was, the sun was already down. Very minimal lights in the area. Like I said, my wife told me that somebody was following, and I'm looking in the vicinity. I couldn't see him until he was practically in front of me.
Wow. Dang, man, I'm
You
lost
know,
for words. I mean, I don't know
and
if.
earlier.
Go ahead. You're okay.
Early on in the okay, so Scoob, you can shut up. I just read what you said. You can't really say that somebody's not involved, even because it happened in September. Okay, like I said, it could be something that was being practiced leading up to this event, and for it to be here, and he's tied to here, and it happened there. Again, just like Cameron traveled to be there. I think I think there's a link. Somebody knows something.
Yeah.
Somebody knows something, and nobody's saying anything. I think Nanos is involved. He did a crappy job, as the head of the investigation. That entire area should have been roped off to where nobody would have been able to get up there. Nobody, delivering any packages, DoorDash, or anything. There should have been yellow tape all the way around there.
Yeah,
Because it's a crime scene.
I agree. It should have been out past the street. I mean, nobody shouldn't have been able to even drive through here. Just like that car just passed by. I mean, this whole street, for the most part, should have been shut down.
I just wanted to, touch in and say my piece. Like I said, it could be something, it could be nothing, but I find it extremely odd that in the same state where one of these people resides, that's related to the family.
Yeah. Did you report it at all, or did you? you haven't reported it?
I spoke with an officer. I want to say about a week after. Didn't file a report or anything, just because I had nothing to go on. I just had a description of the person just based on what they were wearing. I didn't have any facial features. I said, approximate height of, the build. He looked like he was a stocky guy, but not like a sloppy stocky, but more like like he was, fit.
Yeah.
And, but like I said, I didn't file a report, but I did take the officer's card, and he said if something should happen, his card has his direct line, and that way I can contact him directly. Since the second time we've seen him, we haven't seen the person since.
And what did you height wise? What do you think? What do you think the height was?
Roughly in the about 5'10" ish, give or take. I didn't see him up close, so I'm just guesstimating based on a little bit of a distance. Plus, my first view of him, there was a slight hill, so I was sitting a little above him, height wise. But he's he's in that same vicinity.
Interesting. I don't know how tall Cameron is, but I mean, he seems like he's at least like 6 feet, but I can't call it.
Yeah, like I said, he's probably about in that 5'10" area, give or take. So he could be, he could be a little bit taller than that. I'm just guesstimating based on what I saw in a very quick instance.
Yeah, man, that's tough.
If I was standing next to him, I'd be able to size him up better based on my height.
No, I hear you. I mean, it sounds like everything that you've described. I mean, he fits the description for the most part. I mean, as far as, what he had on, it seems like he had the same thing on, and the backpack was full. There is a possibility that this person could have traveled and could have some relations to Cameron,
Mm-hmm. I wasn't sure if it was homeless. Yeah, my wife wasn't sure if this person was a homeless individual, because there's a lot of homeless people that are here on the streets. I don't really see them just too much in the area that we were, but they do seem but they do have travel out of the Burlington area. A lot of them are in the Burlington area where they hang out specifically. But it was muggy and hot, and and you're just completely covered. It's the same MO as the person that was on this front camera there. And then, not to mention, cameras involved in intelligence.
Yeah, he definitely
says a lot.
Yeah, he definitely has a background to pull it off.
He can knock out a camera with if he wanted to do so with his background. Now, I'm not accusing him, but this whole thing, it's how should I say? It's just weird.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. It is. It really is. Nothing makes sense, though. Nothing makes sense. So it's hard to really tie anybody to it, or, it's like with the little bit that they gave us, all we can really do is speculate, and it seems like for the most part we're just kind of going in circles.
Mm-hmm.
But what do you think? Why do you think he would have been following your girl, though? What do you think? Maybe because a woman in general is, could be somewhat vulnerable. I don't know.
Well, that plays a part. This isn't the first incident that has happened, with my wife, with people trying to, with people following her.
Yeah.
But, I'll be honest, like I said earlier, I think it was, I think it was maybe like a practice round for what happened. That's what I'm thinking. A practice round for what happened to Nancy. And I think it's just a whole. I personally think the family's involved. That's just me.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I said, I go back and forth with those two. So I can't argue with you on that one. It's really tough. you know, that's why I kind of, it's just, we just don't got anything. We don't have enough to say who's involved. But I mean, the fact that they went over there so many times, I mean, the suspicion has revolved around the family. It hasn't really revolved around anybody else. Every time they've detained somebody, I mean, it's been just Hispanic males, and it's only been one person for the most part throughout, you know, all the folks that they've detained. So I don't know, man.
Yeah,
it's tough.
Yeah, Juice, hold on just a minute. Hold on.
Yeah.
Hello?
How you doing?
Hi, this is his wife. I don't exactly agree with everything that he's saying in regards to that it could have been practiced on me. But the whole incident was weird, and I'm glad that I did let the local PD be aware of it before my husband was aware. I mean, before my husband made the other police department aware, because it was odd. It was not only around 70 degrees, but it was muggy. It was hot, you know, like humid. And he had a face mask, gloves, everything. He wasn't, it was closer to 80 degrees. So why he would be dressed like that, I don't know. And the way that he creeped up before we even saw him, he was on the ground. And I wasn't sure if it was a person or not because he was hunched over. But I did let the police be aware of it because it was a very odd situation. And when walking in that area, I didn't feel it was safe. And this was September of 2025. And I had to let my family be aware of it as well because it was just really weird how it happened. I felt almost targeted, like he knew that's where I walk the dog. I don't know. It was just an odd situation. And the location is usually a safe location. But luckily, a nearby building does have a camera right there on the corner. So there's that. And then there's the cameras across the street as well. But I don't know if Cameron is involved or not, obviously. How would I know that? So I'm not saying it is or not, but it is weird that this individual was dressed almost identical to how this individual was. And this happened in September of 2025 in Vermont. So it's a little bit weird. But it makes me really uncomfortable. But anyway, I'm just going to give this back to my husband and wrap it up. But I just wanted to say I don't agree with like everything. So I'm not accusing Cameron. I'm not sure what that was about. All I know is there's a similarity there in appearance. Good talking to you. Here, honey.
Yeah.
Juice, I just want to say one thing, and it's in response to somebody that just made a comment in the chat that what they said Vermont and Arizona have nothing in common. The only thing that they have in common is Cameron.
That's correct.
You have a blessed night, Juice.
Hey, much love.
And thanks for everything you're doing.
Hey, man, much love. And thank you for sharing your story with me. I appreciate that.
Thank you for listening. Have a blessed night.
Really weird case. Really weird.
Shouts to them calling, and I appreciate that. And they've been trying to reach out to me on email too, and I've been responding, but I've been waiting for them to try to get on the phone with me here. That just because it was a lot through the email, and you know I wanted to, you know, I think it would just be easier for them to express their thoughts, you know, if we were able to get on the phone. But you never know, guys. You really don't. I just question, and I'm going to ask them right now what made them think, you know, what made them start thinking that. You know, and how long have they felt that way as far as it, you know, being a part of this particular case here. But he was right. I mean, you know, the one thing that they do have in common, you know, Arizona with Vermont is Cameron. You know, but when he said that when he said 6 feet, you know, well, when he said 5'10", you know, that's the size of the perp. And he wasn't necessarily saying Cameron, you know, so, I mean, you never know. But, I mean, you know, pertaining to Cameron, we know it's not him because Cameron looks like he's 6 feet plus. Let me answer this call. Oh, they hung up. But Cameron is like 6 feet plus, so I mean, I don't think it was Cameron, but you never know, if somebody was hired, in the family from somebody in the family. I think a lot of us are very strong on Annie and Tommaso, more, and when you are, it's very difficult to put Cameron into the factor, but Cameron is the most. It seems like he's the most distant, from the family. You look at some of the family pictures, and he's not even included in most of them. So, I mean, it's really hard to say. It's really hard to say who may be involved. But for now, all we can do is really speculate, and I think this case is like it's made a lot of us not only overthink, but it's put our it's made us keep our eyes open a little bit more. Um, but I mean, you never know. I mean, it's definitely a possibility, that it could be anybody at this point. I just don't believe anybody at this point as far as what the authorities have told us, or what other people say in general. I just don't. It's not, and not pertaining to the callers or the people in the chat. I'm just saying, a lot of the people, they're like Ashley Banfield, and all these former FBI agents. They have they obviously have, as far as their speculations go, I feel like they outweigh ours because they have that background, and it makes more sense because they have that experience. But it's just tough, man. It really is. It's just really tough. You really can't really say who it is at the end of the day. I mean, but to me, from based on everything that's happened, how everything's gone, it revolves around the family. We based on all that we know that's factual is what from what we've seen, and if you take those facts and you take them into consideration, like the fact that they went so many times to Annie and Tommaso's, like the fact that they took the vehicle, they were taking things out of the home. It's very difficult to look past that specific situation and not putting them into the mix. Some people are very, very, they really have accepted the fact that Nanos has cleared those two. So I've noticed a lot of people are very straightforward when it comes to um, the fact that the sheriff cleared them, because I'll see a lot of people and say they'll say they're cleared, like kill it, don't even bother bringing them up because they're cleared. People really believe that, but I mean, how can you believe anything that is based on everything that he's done? Why would you believe that they're cleared because Nano said that they're cleared after all the mistakes he's made? You don't think that he could have made a mistake by clearing Annie and Tommaso? It's possible. It's possible. And right now, that's where I stand with this case. Is everything's a possibility. Nothing is off the table. So you got to be careful out there, and anything that's happened to you in your life, or in the past or leading up to now. Just be careful out there. I mean, my girl felt like she was followed the other day. Um, and some of these people are so slick, they know you can't get a good look at them. They know when to move. This person was smart. He obviously picked the best, one of the best nights to come and take Nancy. And, either it was luck or he really knew what he was doing, because so far, no one in this entire neighborhood didn't see a thing. And we got people in this neighborhood, two of them. The one I'm facing now, the Jim folks' house here, and the house behind me with a decent vantage point. Actually, three if we count Sue Ellen. She might have one of the best point of views on Nancy's house. And considering how nosy we've noticed she's been, well, why did she see anything that night? But it's 2026. Technology has gone a long way from when I was a child up until now. And that's one thing that gives me a lot of hope in this case, because technology, it just really, I mean, with where technology is today, it's almost very, very, it's almost, I mean, not impossible, but it's very difficult to get away with what you got away with a long time ago now. The ransom letter thing is old fashioned to me. I don't see anybody being dumb enough to try to demand a ransom letter through a through a big platform at that. You know, a news media station locally here, and then TMC, which is a really big platform on YouTube and nationally, as far as I'm concerned. You know, why would you go down that avenue knowing that you already know if you're smart, just like we see? I mean, it's enough days have gone by for us to realize this person is smart. So, I mean, considering that, I mean, I don't think that someone would be dumb enough to send a ransom letter through some of the biggest stations, or one of the biggest stations in America, I would say, as far as, you know, someone who casts news like TMZ. I don't see it. I don't see it. I mean, the only thing that I see, you know, if that was legitimate, is somebody inflicting pain. Why would they? Why would they? Why wouldn't they want to fly under the radar? You pull this off, you got to fly under the radar anyway. Yes, perp and ransom letter because, oh, excuse me, guys. It's less perp and ransom letter because he wanted attention. I don't see it. I don't see it. What attention? He's not saying his name. He's not describing who he might be. He's not giving him any leads to lead up to him, you know, getting any type of attention. Really, I mean, what attention? He already got that attention by taking somebody's mother, and not just some random person's mother. He chose somebody on a, you know, on a whole nother level who's famous. So, what's really the motive? But yeah, Sue Ellen sees everything from where she's at. I mean, she can. I'm not saying that she. I mean, I don't know. I can't. I've never been in Sue Ellen's backyard, but from what I can see here, it seems like she can. But I mean, all these trees are in the way of Nancy's house, so I mean, it's still difficult regardless. I think we can take this fan off the phone here because it's actually getting ready to get dark here, and I don't think we need it. Sue might have a big telescope. Yeah, you never know. You never know. I could tell you guys one thing. I know exactly what it looks like I know exactly what it looks like inside her house, and I'm pretty sure you guys can find it on Zillow. And I know that Sue Ellen has been here since about 2010. Sue Ellen's been here. No, I think 2017. From what I remember, I think it's 2017. I don't think Sue Ellen's been here longer than 10 years. So somebody's been here. Somebody's been here before her. And well, I won't speak on that part, but you know, somebody's been here before Sue Ellen, um, and I know that, like I've mentioned before, Savannah used to have parties here. From what I've heard amongst some of the neighbors here, she used to have parties, and security would wait, you know, be out front here. From what I've heard, I don't know if it's true. Don't quote me on it. But I think it is. I think it is. You know, Michelle says, I don't believe Nancy made it home. Don't say pacemaker sank with phone once again. Do we believe the source? It's tough. It's tough. What would be a good place to search? Who feels in the chat that's, there's a place out there that no one searched that they think that Nancy may be. We already had Sleuth Intuition going out to Rose Canyon Lake. They tried to put a camera in the water to see if they could come up with anything. And then we also had Jim, shouts to Jim. He went out there as well. See, the reason why I don't search is because I don't feel like Nancy's anywhere near. And that's why I don't search, but I would be more than happy to search with somebody, or myself if somebody truly thinks she's somewhere and no one's been. But for the most part, I feel like all of the people that have searched have, pretty much hit all the areas here. Pollyanna says, waste of time and resources to search, take family lead. She passed at Rio Rico. Yeah. I mean, I agree. I don't think she's here. I don't think she's here at all. If I can turn this camera around. Forgive me, guys. Hold on. Try not to get dizzy. Don't get dizzy. Wanted to adjust this camera. The safe room on the back side of the casita. I don't know. That's crazy. We're going to take a little walk up this hill one more time, guys. I just wanted to see if I missed any cameras. I know I've been up here several times, but I just want to see. I've been, I'll let y'all in on a little something here. For the gift cards that I've gotten on the Amazon wish list, I've, to those of you guys with the gift cards, by the way, I haven't spent any of them. So I think I'm getting pretty close to, I think we might get a drone here. I think we might just have to get a drone. But I don't know. I kind of I'm back and forth with the scooter or the drone. Shauna, much love. I appreciate the $10 super chat, by the way. She says Friday nobody was cleared. Monday everybody was cleared. Remember that? Interview room brought that up a couple days ago. Friday nobody was cleared. Monday everybody was cleared. Cleared is not a legal term. It means whatever the officer means it to mean. The job of an officer is to get suspects to talk. Man, shouts Shauna. I couldn't agree more. I could not agree more. No one else is paying attention to this roundabout, by the way, but this house right here on the corner that I was just facing a second ago, right there. No one else has moved that. I bet you no one else has moved that but this house right here. This is the only house right here with a whole bunch of cameras. Unfortunately, those cameras do not see Nancy's house from here. You cannot see on those cameras from Nancy. I don't see any facing this way, but it does look like one is facing pretty much me, where I'm at right now, and beyond this area right there. But it seems like it's 6. They got a lot. I want to get a drone up to see the back of this house, but if I, maybe not, because I think DGL has got most of the footage. You see that? You see that light going on that camera? It's already looking at me just that quick. But they're on it with the cameras there. They're on it. I kid you not. I think criminal went up there. I'm telling you guys, he went up there and they answered that thing. I want to go find the footage with criminal when he knocked on that door back there. Because when he went back there, when he went up to that door, they were talking to him on the camera. But I mean, you know, these houses are expensive. People got money here. I would protect my house the same way, regardless if it was a suspicious house or not. And you know, I don't know if that house is suspicious, but that Bobcat is. That Bobcat is for sure. You guys don't see the cameras. Well, okay. I mean, there's a lot of them. There's two there. And then under the door in the front makes three. So there's one under that door once you pass by. And they're all really nice cameras. Those are not. And then he's got two on the back side over there. And that one, there's one facing forward and facing back, and there's really not much back there. But I would have cameras all around like that myself. And I'm assuming there's one directly in the back, so that's why I'm saying 6. And if it's not 6, it's 7, which is quite a lot. I mean, most of the neighbors don't have that many cameras for some of these houses. So if that car went up here that night, though, this house definitely saw that car. If that car that was taken, you know, for whatever car it was that took Nancy, was most certainly on camera. I don't think that was used to move Nancy, though. That's a lot. Somebody told me to check to see if it was electric, and I don't know that. I couldn't tell you. I know nothing about Bobcats. Absolutely nothing. It's a full moon. I don't know who that is. Moving in. Looks like a Tesla. I hear somebody too. Oh, they got out. Is he coming to talk to me? Looks like he's coming to talk to me. I'll do that, Cherokee, by the way. Much love. I appreciate the $10 super chat. How you doing? You're all right. I'm just here streaming. Yeah. Yeah. Huh? Yeah, it's all my stuff right here. Yeah. Yeah, I'm just streaming. Yeah, I think he was gonna get in the car because he thought I was gonna say something or something. But no, I was just coming back down, seeing who it was. You know, just coming back down anyway. A running ride. I appreciate the $10 super chat. He says, "Let's all pitch in and help just out a little from us. That can help go a long way." Hey, much love, running ride. It's all good, man. I truly enjoy you guys' company. More than you guys donating, that's for sure. But maybe we'll have a drone soon here. Maybe we'll get a drone up in the air. I don't know. I kind of want I want to get a scooter so my girl doesn't have to keep bringing me over here and wherever else we adventure off to. You know, we could kind of go on our own adventures here in the neighborhood, and whatever it may bring to the channel in the near future. So I think that thing will come in handy for sure. But we'll get there. We'll get there. We will get there. I just wanted to let you guys know. But I'm not starting like a whole thing where we keep donating toward a scooter or a drone. I'm just letting you guys know my personal goal. Everybody keeps asking about a drone, so I'm thinking, man, maybe we need to get a drone. Maybe we should get a drone. Those things go pretty far. They're pretty awesome. You know, they do a lot as far as being able to see stuff that you can't see, like in the back. So maybe that might be a good idea. I just don't know if the size of those indents in the street are the same size as that bobcat, though. That was odd. The neighbor had said hi. The one that walked by yesterday blasting the music. Okay, I mean maybe he's not mad at me anymore. I don't know. He's just really strange. He's just really, really strange. He did wave. You noticed that Cookie? Yo, man, good catch, Cookie. Yeah, that was interesting. Hey, Maggie, thanks so much for the $10 super chat. By the way, man, biggest salutes to those of you guys with the love and support, man. You guys are one of a kind. No need to donate, folks. I appreciate the love and support. We're all good. We're all good, man. Growing is the goal, and we've been doing great, guys. Today, like I said, thanks to you all. We reached 18,000, which is crazy. I could never imagine. I never imagined, especially so soon. I think when I started in the beginning with this crime thing, because like you guys know, I'm new to crime. I was at 7,000. So I mean, it's a pretty huge gap in a short time. Saw that cat. Yeah, that was crazy, right? That was crazy. I don't get that because he didn't. It didn't seem like he cared to wave this whole entire week. I don't know why. He's just really strange though. He's kind of been like that in the beginning though. Like he hesitated when when I first initially ever saw him, and then he some days. I mean, for the most part, he would wave for the most part, and then every now and again he wouldn't. I guess, which is fine. You don't have to wave to somebody every day. We could simply give each other a head nod or something. But I don't know. He's a little strange. Not in a bad way though. Bedmax says you're awesome, Juice. That's why everybody likes you. Oh, come on, man. Not even close. Not even close. Man, the love's been real though. It really has, guys. It feels good to feel liked, My girl says he watched the live last night. Maybe he did. What do y'all think? Y'all think most of the neighbors watched the live streams? Maybe not mine, but I know that I would say a lot of the neighbors were in tune when JLR was here for sure in the beginning. Guys, I'll be fixing the perks as far as the memberships and the I'll be coming up with some little emojis soon too. I think I'm gonna work on that this weekend. I know some people were asking about the membership perks and the little emojis they come with. So I got to make adjustments over the weekend. It's time. It's time we upgrade. Something like that. Stream Mike says criminals could definitely use your stream to case the area. I wouldn't want it. Nope. Hey, you got a good point. You got a good point. I'm open to good points. I mean, even if it means that it's something that, says, you shouldn't be there for the most part. But nah, I'm open to it, man. I couldn't agree more with that comment. I mean, it's anything's possible at this point, guys. There's nothing, like I always say. I mean, nothing's off the table. You can't look past anything right now. But I'm telling you right now, remember I said this, I think something's coming in the next week or two. So the following week, if we don't hear nothing by this next week, that following week, mid-June, I'm telling you, we're gonna hear something in this case. I feel it. I feel it. It's been quiet for a while. We're gonna hear something. I don't know if it was true as far as Savannah hiring private investigators, though. I'm not too sure if that turned out to be true. Brian Enden brought it up the other day. He brought up a good point. He says he spent, just like we have, spent a lot of time in this neighborhood, and he hasn't really seen anything like that would make him think that a private investigator was here. But I have to disagree with Brian on that because he's not really here like that. He was here often in the beginning, yes, but there was way too many people here to really pick people apart. Up until now, I mean, he comes and he reports. He does not stick around that long. He drives through, though. I mean, he drives back and forth. He drives through the neighborhood. But I don't think Brian Hinton sticks around that long enough to really know, like, what really, really goes on around here. I think you would have to spend quite some time here to really, spot a private investigator. I don't think they're that noticeable. But Brian Hinton is great, though. He's awesome, for sure. And he is in CrimeCon today. Yeah, he's got I think he's got his own little panel for Nancy Guthrie. So hopefully they talk about some stuff today. Cowboy says, yeah, get a scooter. Yeah, I mean, I think that's going to be first before the drone. I'm sorry. I want the drone too, but I think that the fact that we could get around on the scooter, and if it's too dark and we need to get out of here, girl gets caught up doing something, put everything in the bag and go. I mean, it's that simple. Justice for Nancy, guys. Justice for Nancy. Hey, you guys too. Justice for Nancy. That is the goal. And we won't stop until we get there. We're going to keep on sending a message here amongst the neighbors. We will be here until we get answers. That's all we want. That's all we want is answers. That's all we want. And we got to respect everybody's beliefs. Everybody has their own beliefs on what they believe, based on what they think. Not everybody understands why we come out here as well. What time is it, guys? We got to hurry up and rush home. I'll try to grab some food before I get out of here. Much, much love. I wanted to thank you guys all for coming by and stopping by, support the channel, support me, continuing to keep me company here out at Nancy's. Love you guys all. I appreciate the love and support. I will see you guys all in the next one. We'll come back out here probably tomorrow. If I decide, I mean, I don't know. I wanted to come. I might as well just come the rest of the week. I've already been here all week. It wasn't my intention to come here throughout the week, but I think we'll just go ahead and finish strong and just come Saturday and Sunday. I might go to the sheriff's station. I might start there and then come here tomorrow. I don't know how I'm going to play it, but I'll probably most likely just come here. But next week, I won't be here as much. I'm going to try not to come out here too much because we've been here a lot this week. But I will still come through the neighborhood, because this stuff's got to stop here in the neighborhood for sure. But I will continue to come. We'll continue to come out here doing what we're doing. Much love, those of you guys stopping by. We'll stay live until I get out the neighborhood, of course. I mean, it's not dark, actually, so we'll probably just end here, actually. Big salute to those of you guys stopping by and tuning in, guys. It's your boy, the Juice. And make sure y'all come tune in with Patriot Pride and I. I'm going to go live right now in the next 30 minutes with Patriot Pride. I'm not going to go live, but I'll be on his panel, so tune in with Patriot Pride. Tonight, I'll be on the panel there. You guys are all invited. Come stop by. Much love, folks. Have a good night. Hey, I would have got it. Thank you. I would have got it all. I didn't want you to have to get all this stuff. Do you want a drink? Water. I don't know what kind you want. The white Tesla guy come through. Yeah, he did. It was just a family though. Yeah, I mean, he got right back in the car as soon as I came down. I didn't get the plate though, guys. I wasn't looking at the plate. I guess I should have. White Tesla guy. Bridget says, "Thank you, Gabrielle." 7:35. Hey, much love, Esmeralda. Good to see you, by the way. No trash left behind. Oh, they're coming back. We'll get the plate. You guys get that? Perfect timing. Hey, much love. It was blurred? Nah, we got it. Trust me. We got it. Promise you we got it. No, we didn't get it? Nah, we got the same thing. It was blurred. Everybody's saying it was blurred. What? Gosh. I think as long as we got it on camera, I'm pretty sure if it was that deep, we'd be able to figure out what that says. Zoom on rewatch. Yeah, I'll try to get it. I'll try to go back and I won't be able to try to get it. I'll try to go back and look at it. I don't think I can put this up here. Never mind. Are the neighbors who putting all those rocks out there by the road, are there lights on in that house? No lights on at all. Which house? Oh, the house we just passed? Yeah, there's lights on in the house we passed. Yeah, I think somebody lives there. I don't think they have a car though. Like sometimes I see a car there, but sometimes it's a Toyota Camry. That's the only car. Are we still buffering? Or are we back? Hey, good night, guys. I hope we're back. I was trying to say good night and thanks to those with the super chats. I think it was Oleg and does the neighbors. We're back. Okay. Does the neighbors have Nancy? I don't know. I don't think so. I don't want to say that, but I don't think so. Just wanted to say real quick, Sarah, thanks for the $2 super chat as well as Oleg. I hope I said that right, guys. You guys have a good night. I'll see y'all in the next one. I may go live tonight and just take some calls. Much love, guys. Y'all have a good weekend. See you guys in the next one.